We got Behind the Jpeg, which is a series where we talk about our NFTs, and it derived from a Rick Ross tweet saying, "What do you guys do with your monkey Bored Ape JPEGs?" So this is the platform for all NFT holders to tell their story about what they do with their NFTs, and we got a legend in the ape community with us, Blue. How's it going, Blue?
Hey man, how's it going? It's a big intro, but thank you.
You're a legend out in these NFT streets. You're in the Coinbase movie, one of the 7 apes, and I actually met you at Ape Fest, which was incredible. And you showed me great energy, and I thought you're someone that I'd love to keep in contact with. And UK Apes go strong, so hopefully everyone in the UK Apes chats will see this and they'll enjoy it as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, man.
Just give us a little introduction about yourself and how the name Blue came about for your ape.
Yeah, sure. So it was back in probably mid 2020. I started getting back into crypto again with the COVID lockdowns and stuff. Not much else to do when you're stuck at home. So I started getting back into crypto. Set up a Twitter account to try and make an impression on crypto Twitter, but it was a complete disaster, to be honest. I think I was called the crypto llama. Had about 25 followers, grinding for months on end, and eventually started to get into NFTs and moving into that space instead of crypto Twitter, because it was so it's just full of people. Hard to make an impression. Was fortunate enough to spot the Bored Ape Yacht Club mint from Pranksy. I minted a few of those. And I got the Blue Ape, which is my pride and joy mint. And instantly set it as my profile picture on Twitter, because that's pretty much what everyone from the mint was doing. I managed to ditch crypto last and went with Balou, which is from the Jungle Book, the blue bear. So went with the Blue Ape, spelt it slightly differently. I've stuck with it since then. Although I don't really use the Blue Ape as my profile picture, so it's a bit confusing. Because I had the name and I liked it, I stuck with the name and just use a different ape.
Yeah. When you first jumped into the NFT space, did you think it was something that was going to shoot up the way it did, or was it just a little surprise where your ape's now worth hundreds of thousands, or is it just I'll just take a shot at it and see what happens?
Yeah, it was probably the latter, to be honest. I thought it was a bit of fun. Back in early 2020, 2021, people were rescuing moon-cats from the moon using the contracts from that old project that existed back in the day. There was projects like hash masks that were quite different and new. And when the apes came around, I thought it was. I thought it was quite a lot of money to be chucking $250 a time at the mint, which in hindsight was completely wrong. But yeah, I was just doing it for a bit of fun. I still had most of my investment just in coins at the time, and was just looking at NFTs just as something new. And you could see the hype was building on Twitter. Beeple was obviously quite big in the space and sold those artworks for, I can't remember what it was now, 50 million or something. It was
69 million, wasn't it?
Yeah, you could see that it was picking up steam, but I never imagined what was especially last summer. When it was crazy.
Yeah, that's incredible. So you've been on the Bored Ape journey from literally the beginning, and so you've seen the beginning stages. For myself, I joined in 2021, so I've been an outsider. I've been looking from the outside in, but it's looking in on the project and what Yuga Labs are doing. It's incredible, and I don't see anyone else in the space really competing with what they have right now. But yeah, I just want to know, like, what coins were you like investing in when you first jumped into crypto? What was like the fascination with crypto at first?
Yeah, I mean, I was mainly on the kind of DeFi bandwagon back in 2020, just investing in, like startup shit coins, whatever people want to call them. I bought like Shiba quite early on, sold far too soon.
I caught Shiba as well. I caught it. When did I catch it? I caught it in, I think it was like April 2020. So I had it on a site called Hotbit. I don't know if you know what Hotbit is.
Of course.
and I literally caught it before the mass spike. So when I bought Shiba, it done like 200x from my initial investment, but it was only like $100. It wasn't anything crazy, which is mad. But
I didn't have big numbers in back then either. Like a few thousand total, just a bit of a fun. I'd be chucking like 0.1 ETH at a token, hoping that you might do a 2 or 3x, but a lot of them were just rug pulls or but it's fun. It was just something to keep me entertained.
Would you say like
many of the other ones, there was so many that obviously don't exist anymore, because that was just
with like the meme coins, that like the community, I think it's like 10 times, but it's like community driven coins, isn't it? Like, was that something like that you kind of saw with like Bored Ape as well, and NFTs? Did you see like, the community aspect is something that I like, and it kind of resonates with like what I was looking at with the coins and stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. I as soon as I kind of entered into the NFT space, and particularly the Bored Ape Yacht Club, that was when, it's the first time I really got any kind of engagement on socials anyway. And it really did feel like a proper club, especially like early on. Everyone was kind of in the same boat. Everyone was just having a good time. You could see little communities, like sub-communities forming, like Cheetah Gang, and everyone was just having a laugh with it. No one, back then, certainly no one was like putting in money thinking that it was going to get to 100 ETH floor any time in the future. So it was kind of a different world back then. And you start making friendships with people you never met, and some of those friendships I made, I got to meet people at Ape Fest almost a year and a half later, the first time, and you kind of feel like that person. So it was kind of a bizarre, and in terms of like trying to build an online persona, I think a lot easier than trying to graph through crypto Twitter, which was different beast.
Agreed. Before I jump on Ape Fest, I wanted to jump on the Coinbase movie. So you was out for NFT NYC. What was your reaction to everything that you saw in New York, and like how different it is to like the UK with like NFTs?
Space, anyway,
is it a different beast, a different world?
Group is like over 300 members now. And when we first, or not me, when it first started back in, it must have been like April, May time last year, there might have been like 40, 50 people, and it's just like grown into something that is quite impressive now. When we do meetups, you get like almost 100 people showing up, and a good group of people travelled over to New York. So it was nice to have like a group that we knew really well, and we had a lot of fun, particularly at Ape Fest. But the Coinbase, the Coinbase movie thing was like surreal, to be honest. I mean, getting selected in the first place was kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Like I applied, obviously hoping to have a chance of being selected, but there's so many like amazing apes in the selection that would be like amazing on the big screen. That I thought, submitting, it was my blue ape that got selected, but it doesn't have any attributes apart from just being a plain bored ape. So I did think that I wouldn't really have a chance. But in the application form, I just wrote a load of garbage and then was like, and it would be a shame if Coinbase released a movie that didn't have like a bored blue ape in it. When I was speaking to the casting director at the premiere in New York, she told me that was the reason that I got through. So. Yeah.
Oh man, you forced their hand.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh man, that's interesting. Yeah. I think I might have to take that up when we apply for the mutants. There's a second casting, isn't there? I think it's a trilogy, isn't it? So when the mutants drop, I think I might have to say that as well. I might have to say it would be a shame if you missed this mutant in your movie. Oh man. I spoke with Bro, Mason and Parker about obviously the Coinbase movie and their expectations, and when they said that they went there, like they said they were treated like celebrities, and like they didn't know why. It felt like so surreal. Like everyone's coming up to you saying thank you, like just for using an ape. Like, what was your experience? What was like your thoughts on everything?
Like old historic building. That I think does like theatre shows and stuff. So that was really cool. It was like a reception with canapes and drinks, and we were chatting to. It was mostly, apart from the cast that were there, it was mostly like people that were involved in making the movie, as well as people from like Coinbase. So they'd obviously been spending so much time making this first film and knew our apes really well. So it was kind of weird. Probably for them and us, getting to know them and chatting to them and trying to glean information. I remember Parker was like trying his hardest to get information out of the team as to what's coming up in parts 2 and 3, but they weren't telling us anything. But yeah, I mean, and at the end of once they show us the movie, they got like all of the ape owners up on the stage to do like Q&A. Which is kind of odd because I'm not a person for the limelight, so it was a bit weird for me doing that. But the whole NFT NYC experience was kind of crazy, so I just went with it. But I thought the film was the movie itself. I think it's quite clever. The apes aren't in it that much, so you could kind of tell that they'd made the film and then selected the apes and then built them in towards the end, which is fair enough. But they built it in a way that like it's focused around the human degens who are obviously into NFTs and ApeCoin or whatever, and that means that they can integrate lots of other NFT collections into the future parts of the movie seamlessly, rather than it being just about bored apes and you're having to like weave things into that universe. So looking forward to see what happens in the next couple of yeah it's just a shame.
Yeah, the animation quality looks quite good as well. It looks like there's quite a lot of time,
in the middle of a bear
quite
market,
a bit of money on it actually. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see where that ends up, and
massively on the
what they plan on doing in the future.
Like, hey,
I'm crossing my fingers that my mutants in there next.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the worst time. Oh man, but. I mean, NFT NYC was like at the start of the bear market as well, wasn't it? So we were partying with our bags down.
Yeah, I mean,
especially at Apex, like we were all just drinking the wagmies and drowning our sorrows.
Still so positive about
being
like life
below
and
whatever it was. It was like below 1.5k. I don't know what it was. I wasn't watching any prices or any charts or anything.
I'll just have another free drink and smile through it. Yeah.
Yeah. Hundreds of thousands down in portfolio.
Because my wife has got her own ape. We applied on 2 wallets.
Oh man! So what was your take from Ape Fest? What did you think of? Like, how many nights did you go? In fact,
nights we had both tickets for. We managed to get 3 in the end. So we did Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, so lucky because I think some people got like 1 or 2 nights. I was just desperate to get the final night because I knew that was going to be the big send off and the big one. And
yeah. Insane. Man. That night was incredible. I flew to New York with like 3 normie friends, so they didn't have NFTs at all, and I was like, okay, I've only got 1 ticket for Ape Fest, and that was the first night. So I was like, I'll try my best to try and get everyone in. Somehow I was able to hustle my way in and get them all in on all nights. But my friend that went to like Lil Baby, he was like, this is like the most incredible thing ever, and he loved Lil Baby, and it was insane. The guy who brought the first night, he didn't enjoy it as much. It was Questlove. So everyone else was just saying, "Oh yes, like Eminem and Snoop Dogg on the last day," and then my other boy saying that he saw Lil Baby, and he's just like, I hate that so much. I did think the first night was going to be like such a banger. That's why I applied for it. But
Ape Fest for the rest of the week. But yeah, like at least people from the UK anyway that didn't really know who the acts were on the first night, so that made me happy that I hadn't missed out, because it could have, like you say, I think it should have been one of the best ones.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. Man, I wish I had. I had the opportunity to actually go to Futures, but I was like, if I go, I'd have to share it with someone else, and I wouldn't have got my boy into the last night. So I was like, I'd just take my friends. I'll be like, let's just show them what it's like at least. And a few of them were like, this is like incredible. Like they couldn't imagine like, you know, your ape having access to something like this. Like it's, you know, Snoop and Eminem are on stage and they're premiering their own video with apes in, and you know they perform it at the VMAs, and it's like you see it full circle, then don't you? It's like first like so incredible. This space, it's so early, but you know there's a lot going on and it's moving quite quick. What did you see the Eminem and Snoop video? Did you see it?
So I ended up just went to bed and watched it when I woke up the next morning. Like it was like you say, mind blowing.
It wasn't, was it?
We've gone from just creating.
I was searching as well.
Last April, and then you've got like Eminem, Snoop Dogg making a music video with the Rapes, and then like they're at the VMAs performing it, and I think it was to like kick off a new category in the awards, right, for Metaverse performance or something. So the adoption's like streaming in the music world. I thought the actual performance itself, the animation, like caught me off guard a bit, but I think it was because like trying to show what it might be like in the actual metaverse, where you're not going to have this like amazing level animation, because these things have got to cater for like thousands of people to like show up in the same space. And I think if we were actually there in the metaverse or in the other side or whatever, and then we watched the performance, then people would be like, oh my God, it's like the best thing ever. But because it was just on TV, like a video, I think people would get like, what's this? This is like 1997 PlayStation 1 or, whatever. But yeah, I mean, the fact that they were singing it live behind the scenes was pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah. It's like, it's like PlayStation 1 graphics all over again. It's like starting all over again. But yeah, like you said, it's the Otherside graphics, isn't it? So they literally just imported Otherside straight into the performance, which is pretty cool. But
I think about 18
I think in the future, I can't imagine what it's going to be like and how far they get with like development and stuff. But yeah, it's a crazy space. Talking about Otherside, have you had how many? Can I ask how many lands have you got?
Like a few floor ones, but like this was a couple of months ago now, so I wish I'd have waited and bought them now because like, the floor's way down. But it's what it is. I mean, I think probably I'd say I'm more bullish on Yuga than say the metaverse, but it feels like they've got a head start on the culture side.
You're definitely bullish on the metaverse then.
The tech that they're using from Improbable is like nothing I've ever seen before. So yeah, I mean the competition's going to be pretty tough with Zuckerberg and all his money and what they can throw at something, but I just think like the audience that they've got the capture of in the NFT and crypto world will give them quite a head start on in a metaverse sense. So yeah, excited for what's to come, but I think it's going to be quite a while yet before we see anything of substance really. More than and the test trips and stuff.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, I was going to say the test trips. When I first jumped into the test trips and it was just like the white screen, I was like, okay, where is this going to go? Like I just never knew where it was going to head. And then when we got to the last trip, I was like, whoa, like this is like next level. Like we've got 5,000 people in one space and like we're just doing weird stuff. I didn't even know what I was doing. I was just having fun. I was just like, this is so weird. Yeah, it's gonna be incredible, especially with like VR taking over as well. So it'll be like a new experience, I guess, when we get to that level. Yeah. In terms of like the NFT space and everything, where do you see it in the future? Like, what's your thoughts on the future of the NFT space, or where it is currently? What's good, what's bad about it, and where can we get some like look forward to things in the future?
Some hype and then die like a week later, and I with two kids, like I don't have the time to keep up with that. With that level of degen playing, but people seem to enjoy it. I mean, I'm obviously I'm not in a place where I'm trying to shift really any of my like blue chip collections, and especially youth stuff. Like you just never know with them when they're going to release something, like come out in like 5 minutes, or it might be another 3 months. But you don't want to be in a position where you've sold some stuff to try and do something else, and then they send out a fuck it tweet, and then that's it, you're done. Like, so like I'm sitting tight. I'm waiting for staking to come for ApeCoin. I'm looking forward to whatever they bring out in terms of the other side, and future trips there, learning about Coda is and all that good stuff. and just trying to stay up to date with just general NFT stuff that's going on. Like I say, I don't really have the time for like tracking free mints and trying to mint those, but there's other projects that I'm interested in, like moonbirds and goblins, just for a bit of diversification, a bit of fun. But yeah, just the main stuff, and if anything does come along that catches my eye, then that's good. But not making too many moves at the moment. In terms of like the future, it's a tough one. Like I say, with particularly on the metaverse side and gaming side of things, I think it's going to be quite a while before we see anything kind of mind-blowing, game changing. Like I tried the sandbox experience this week for the season 3, I think it is, that they've released, and it's the first time I've ever been into the sandbox, and I thought it was pretty good. Like how they've created all the avatars, and you can run around as your ape. I just think like the challenges and stuff are a bit repetitive, and it gets a bit boring after like an hour. I'm not sure what the metaverse is necessarily about, like collecting flowers to try and get points. Like it doesn't really seem like something that's going to keep my attention for very long. But yeah, the tech's cool, and like I say, the integration of NFTs, like you can see how it works, because it's not just the ape collections, cats and goblins and all sorts running around. So that was pretty cool to see that. I think NFTs generally, adoption will kind of skyrocket when it's for like everyday uses that people have but it needs to be in a way that they don't know that they're NFTs. Like ticketing is probably quite a good example, and I think Ticketmaster have started to move into a world now where they will accept like NFTs for tickets, and I think it's a really cool way to create like collectibles for like whether it's sports fans or music fans or whatever. But it needs to be in a way that it's not like it's not like the NFTs that people hate, and all the bad press and whatnot. And I think that side of things, with whether it's ticketing or like gaming and ownership in gaming, will only get easier, and adoption will only start to pick up. Or will start to pick up when the Ethereum merge happens, and then you've got like all the good press about us not wrecking the environment and sustainable blockchain. So it kind of feels like there's a few things going on. You could see in 2023 like a new wave of excitement about it, and hopefully a world where like my mates who don't have a clue about any of it and are just completely confused as to why a Bored Ape's worth so much money, will start to even like maybe own something that's like a digital collectible, without even really realizing that that's the same thing as I've been doing for the last like couple of years. So yeah, I mean, I think the rest of this year might be pretty quiet. I don't think there's necessarily anything like massive on the horizon apart from the merge for this year. But if we get back into a bull market and more big brands start entering, and Meta and Instagram do a good job with all the integration that they're trying to do, then maybe we'll see people flooding back in to buy our bags.
I can't wait. Like I said, the space is so early with everything, and like you said, the ETH merge, we don't know what it's going to do with gas fees as well. Like, so many people are so put off by gas fees, and they've resorted to going to like the Polygon network just to reduce the gas fees, and in terms of like minting and stuff. So I think maybe in the future, really, those NFTs that you talked about that have like everyday use and accessibility and stuff like that, there might be on potentially another network like Polygon. What's interesting is we actually was able to test firsthand the token proof system as well in New York, and that was incredible. Like, there was no flaws with it. It just worked. It was just next level. So to see what we can do with the technology already, it's insane. And like you said as well, not everyone can afford like just a Bored Ape straight away in the space. People looking on the outside, they might be looking at the apes like, I want to get one of those, but there's going to be so many projects that come in the future, and they might be used for everyday use, like you said, and there could be tickets or season tickets for like football games or something. It's just like the possibilities are just absolutely endless. I think there's a sport one already, isn't there? There's tickets. Sports. I think I've seen one already. I need to get the name. I completely forgot about it. I've seen Charlie mention it quite a lot of times.
Yeah, which is pretty cool. That's actually people say
is it
they want utility for something, and that's actually real life utility that people are using every week.
Basketball games and stuff
in an NFT form, which is pretty cool.
The space is
oh yeah.
Yeah, literally. Before we wrap up, I think I was going to touch on this already. We spoke about it already, but I want everyone else to like hear the story of the winning the CryptoPunk from Deepak's competition. Like how did that happen? That was like that was incredible.
Got in the car after we got the train to the car. Got in the car to drive home. And driving along, and my phone started buzzing like every 5-10 seconds in my pocket, which was unusual because my engagement's not that good. So I said to my wife, I was like, "Oh, can you just check my phone, because I'm worried it might be my mum phoning. There's something wrong with our son." And so she's had like a couple of bottles of prosecco at Coldplay. It's completely hammered, and she's scrolling through notifications. She's like, "Oh, people are just saying congratulations to you and your wife." I was like, "Congratulations for what?" She's like, I can't figure it out. You're gonna have to do it." So I had to pull over at the side of the road somewhere in North London, no idea where, and get my Twitter open, and I'm like, "Oh my god, You've won Deepak's CryptoPunk." She was just lost for words for a good 5 minutes, laughing and like, it was a fun ride home that night in the car. And like, we still can't believe it now, to be honest. Like, it is pretty bonkers. Oh, it's crazy. Yeah, so lucky, honestly. Like.
Yeah, and even though you own like so many Bored Apes like that, it's a CryptoPunk, it's still winning like a huge NFT, and it's like how can you like I said already, like that's way better than me winning my mutant from a JS competition. That's like the pinnacle of winning an NFT. So yeah, you guys must be thrilled about that one. What's the plans for the punk? What have you got planned for the punk? Is it just sitting there, or are you gonna get the IP ready?
And teases me. She's like, "Do you want access to the Discord?" So yeah, she's planning to like just hold on. I think punks are in like a decent place at the moment, but Yuga have spoken about how they've like got this new guy in Noah to steward them into the future and like respect the historic aspects of them. But you can imagine than doing something pretty cool like they've done with apes at some point in the future. So yeah, she's just going to hold on and see what happens. Like, it's just unreal that she's got it, and I'm just a bit jealous it's not mine. Yeah.
That's a good play. Just sit on your hands and utilize the IP as well, because punks now have the IP thanks to UK Labs as well. So that was something incredible. But yeah, I think that's everything. I think we covered pretty much everything that I had on my list. Is there anything that you want to talk about before
I don't bother with Instagram yet?
We disappear.
I might in the future, but my Twitter's at Balou.
Perfect. Where can you? What's your Twitter handles? What have you got for Instagram or where else? What do you use? Discord.
Nice one. All right. Take care, man. Thanks. Bye.
Perfect. Thank you, Balou. Thanks for your time. Appreciate you. See you in a bit.